Good, man.
Good, how are you?
Can't complain. Good.
Xavier, I'll start off here. I mean, yesterday, Coach was asked about what he thought his team's identity was 6 games into the season. Kind of going to get your take on that and see what you think the identity is right now.
Again, identity, I think we're excited to get out there every day. I think the complacency's out the window. I think we got a lot of guys that are hungry to get on the field and put in work. And, like, again, this week, the whole main point was strike and attack, and I think that's a big part of our identity.
You say complacency is out of the window. You talking about the Missouri game? You talking about some other kind of?
No, I'm just talking about starting the season and just making sure complacency wasn't an issue on the team. Okay. And I think we've done a great job so far of that. Okay.
Yeah. Our games obviously opened up a lot in the past couple games. Yeah. Can you talk about a bit of what you've seen from Dejan, and especially with his 3 touchdowns in the past game?
So Dejan, obviously a very, very talented back. I think it's great giving him, seeing the opportunities that he gets, and having seen him, come along the past couple seasons, and especially having a big start to his season this year. It's just awesome to see. So I think as the O-line, it's our job to make holes for him and be a part of his success. We got to make holes, and so he can keep doing his thing. So
the offense has been very versatile this year. We started off with a lot of passing and a bit more running in the past couple games. What makes this team so versatile and explosive as it is?
Just everybody doing their part and understanding the part that they play. And I think it also helps having a lot of talented players all over the field. Obviously that helps. And just especially having, the brains that Todd Monken has, Coach Monk up there calling the plays and running it, and, steady quarterback, and just everybody knowing their part and playing their part.
Kirby was talking to a reporter from your hometown today on the teleconference, and he was saying, how much of a, transition it took, time that it took for you to get used to playing this competition level. Yeah. How much was that, a problem for you early on, and how much did you have to get used to that?
Are you talking like when I first got here?
Transitioning from Rhode Island to Georgia.
Y'all love that question, man. Y'all love to me with that. But I appreciate it. I'm always ready for that question. But I obviously knew, coming here, committing here, I knew this is what I needed to become, the best player I could, was to come play SEC ball, because, nobody out of Rhode Island goes anywhere big, and especially if they do, you never really hear about them going to play SEC ball. So I think that was a big opportunity for me. And, getting here and not getting the playing time that I wanted, my freshman year, and it kind of messed with my head a little bit, but I have such a support staff around me that they help me, understand that it's all a part of the process. And, when I'm ready to play, I'll play. And I finally kind of understood that and just worked on getting as best as I could.
Now that you are getting that playing time that you want, that you are playing, how much more comfortable have you grown in the last 6 games, up to this point in the season?
Yeah, we have a great O-line, and I think that helps, especially having, Stetson back there, and just, like I said, just having everybody around me doing their part. And if I can continue to do my part, that's all that matters to me. I'm happy.
I got a little bit of a different question for you. Just what are your views of Coach Smart? And when I say that, I wonder, really, I'm glad you laugh already. Just your interactions with him, and it seems like he has a personal relationship with pretty much everybody on this team. I hear that people can text him and those kind of things. But the grind, of the season and the energy that he brings day to day, what's your view of him and the coaches and how they handle that kind of daily obligation to you guys?
So I love Coach Smart, first off. Let me get that out of the way. Love Coach Smart to death. But, like you said, you can text him. He's very personal with individual players. And, that's something I've noticed over the past 4 years, is just how personal he can be. But at the same time, once we get into practice, he can flip that switch. And, if he needs to light a fire under you, he can do that. And at the end of the day, I think that helps, the overall camaraderie of the team and everybody. So I think he's just a great mentor, great coach, and a great person overall.
You've had 3 offensive line coaches in your time here. How much has having that relationship with Kirby sort of helped foster your stability here at Georgia?
A lot. I think I needed it, which is a great thing. It was hard my freshman year when Coach Pitt left. That was the coach I originally committed to, built a strong relationship with in high school, and it kind of hurt a little bit when he left. Obviously, understand he made the best decision for him, and you can see it's working out for him now, and I'm glad. But having the 3 offensive line coaches in 3 years, it was definitely important for me to have different people that I could reach out to. And I feel like Coach Smart was one of those people. I feel like Coach Eddie Gordon, he's been here since my freshman year. So even with the changes in the 3 O-line coaches, he's consistently been here. So I think that played a big part too.
Xavier, you started in the bowl game against Cincinnati, and then didn't start the next season.
Yeah.
Did you have any doubt that you were going to hold down the starting job and be the guy 6 games in, week out?
I had no doubt. Just the work that we put in the spring, in the off season, and just the confidence that I built in myself. Yeah, I think that I was prepared. I was so excited going through. I went through all the emotions before the Oregon game, man, because obviously I hadn't started a game since whole season before. So it was hard, but I knew I was ready when I felt that excitement to go out there and play against Oregon. For sure.
What have you done? Like, how are you a different player now than you were a year ago? That you have a new coach, you had to show him that you can play winning football.
Yeah. So from Cincinnati game till now, I think a lot of different aspects of my game have changed. Was pass blocking, run blocking, controlling my nutrition better. Getting stronger in the weight room and just working on little things, and even building connection more with my teammates and coaches and everybody. I think that all played a huge part.
We talked to Cedric after the Missouri game. He said offensive line really figured some stuff out there in the fourth quarter, and then you obviously take that and run for 300 yards against Auburn. What do you think it was in that Missouri game that sort of, you guys, I won't say flipped the switch, but started figuring things out, turning things around, and really opening up things on the ground game?
Yeah, I just think we focused on our identity. Like I said, I don't like to think too much back on the Missouri game. We're getting ready to play a really talented Vanderbilt team, so I think we're more focused on Vandy right now.
Xavier, you mentioned Eddie Gordon a while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's kind of behind the scene guy that maybe the people like us, but the role he plays with the offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, how do him and Coach Searles kind of work together? Just the role that Eddie plays, what he does for you guys.
He does a lot. Whether it's when Coach Searles can only maybe work with so many of us at practice. It's really awesome having a guy like Eddie, Coach Eddie, to be there at practice, because he knows all the techniques. He knows all the every little piece that goes into the offensive line play, and plus he's been here, like you guys said, under 3 different offensive line coaches. He's been here under Coach Smart for the past 3-4 years. So having somebody at practice, a second pair of hands to help with the O-line that has all this knowledge and experience, it only makes us that much better.
He's a real personable guy too.
Oh, of course, Eddie. Yeah, Coach Eddie is awesome.
You be able to get home during the off week?
During the off week, so I'm actually trying to get the dates and times figured out now, because I got to book my flight now before it gets too expensive. But yeah, I'm excited. I actually just had my little sisters and cousin, both of my parents came this past game, so I don't know how long it's been since I've seen my sisters, probably 2.5, 3 months. So it was awesome getting to see them. So actually, this bye week is both my sisters' birthdays are in October, so hopefully we get to go out and eat, have something, do something special. So looking forward to it.
Multiple times this season, there will be a running back or a wide receiver getting tackled downfield, and the entire offensive line just kind of comes and pushes them and gets a few extra yards.
Mm-hmm.
Is there kind of an emphasis in the offensive line room, especially with Coach Searles, to kind of get those extra yards and have an effort play like that?
Yeah, I think that's always been the thing really here at Georgia. I think it's always been emphasized, but I think this year, just the group of guys that we have, it's something that's stressed so much more, and it's part of the game. It's part of our identity, like I said, the strike, and we call it cover down. So you'll hear every day, every play we have at practice, you'll hear Coach Searles and Eddie screaming cover down, cover down, cover down. So eventually you get sick hearing it, and it's just secondhand nature. So if we can do that every play, that's really our goal at the end of the day.
Is that a big emphasis for Searles? Because you said that, obviously you've had a couple of different coaches, and you said that that's a bigger emphasis this year than it has been in the past.
Yeah, I think it's always been an emphasis, but yeah, I think Coach Searles really emphasizes it and tries to make it a point, because the more we can do it and make that much of a difference and turn maybe a 10-yard run into a 15, 20-yard run, it's just that much better for us and gives our defense that much more of a break. And overall, yeah, I think it helps a lot.
Time for one last question. Xavier, I want to ask you about Branson Robinson real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's built like the Incredible Hulk. I just wondered, the first time you saw him, maybe in the weight room, kind of what was your reaction?
In the weight room, man, it was actually crazy impressive, having to squat next to him and just work out next to him and everything, because you hear all these things before you actually meet the new incoming guys, and it was really impressive to see just how much he could actually do, and just the type of person I think he is impressed me more, of just how personal he is, and of just a great character that he has, I think was more impressive for me than anything that he does on the field and in the weight room overall. Yeah, he's just a great guy.